Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at Eevee. Now, we knew we were getting an Eevee. We had this extremely subtle hint that we just about figured out was supposed to be Eevee. So we've been anxiously waiting as to what this Eevee is going to do, because remember, Eevee is the evolution Pokemon. As in, like, every Pokemon has a category, and this category is literally evolution. It has 8 different evolutions. And remember that Flareon does not evolve from Eevee. Flareon evolves from Eevee, and they have different names. Eevee and Eevee are not the same Pokemon, so when Flareon evolves from Eevee, it does not evolve from Eevee. Now with Eevee GX, they fixed it. They gave an ability, and the ability they gave it basically said that it can evolve into any Pokemon that can evolve from Eevee. But you can already see that this Eevee does not have an ability. So how have they gone and fixed it this time? They haven't. They have taken the evolution Pokemon and made it not evolve. Now, maybe in the future, we will get a Flareon V, which will evolve from Eevee V. But as it stands at the moment, the evolution Pokemon does not evolve. I cannot be the only one that thinks this is weird. Now, our translation comes from the lovely Antoine Boulet, and if we quickly run through the basics, 190 HP is low. It's one of the lowest we see on Pokemon V. Retreat cost of 1 does at least give us free retreat with U-turn board. Weakness to fighting means you're sharing a weakness with stuff like Eternatus, VMAX, and Crobat V. It is not a weakness we really want to have right now, so yeah. Oh, and you're a colourless Pokemon, which means you're hitting nothing for weakness, though you do get powerful colourless energy now. That is the new energy, which is strong energy, but for colourless Pokemon. You do 20 more damage for your attacks. So on the base of it, we've got the evolution Pokemon that doesn't evolve, has low HP and a bad weakness, while hitting nothing for weakness, and very few extra tricks due to being a colourless Pokemon. Something about this Pokemon has got to be worth playing it, or else we're all just going to be extremely sad. Well, starting off, the first attack, we've got 1 colourless energy. Draw 3 cards. Yay! And look, this ain't bad. It's a basic Pokemon for a single colourless energy, which means that you can get this rolling very, very quickly, which is a good thing. You go second, turn 1 of the game, down comes Eevee, boom, draw 3 cards, you're off and rolling. And basic Pokemon just don't draw 3 cards as an attack. We can draw 3 cards, but it's on stuff like Glysaur, which is very much a stage 1 Pokemon. Whimsicott, although you do have to put a Pokemon in the Lost Zone in order to do so. But again, stage 1 Pokemon. And for what it's worth, not a colourless energy. Meowth VMAX actually draws 3 cards while doing 300 damage. But to be fair, that is for 4 energy on a VMAX. So I think that one might need to be left to the side a little bit. There are plenty of Pokemon that draw 3 cards, things like the Sudowoodo from Sword and Shield, that's also got that really nice flail attack, 1 colourless energy, 10 damage for each damage counter on it. But if you're just looking for a basic Pokemon single colourless energy, draw 3 cards, at least in the standard format as we've got it at the moment, your only option is Lickitung, which firstly, it's not a single colourless energy, it is a twin energy, and secondly, that's about to rotate out, so forgive me if I don't even remotely count it. If you just want to draw cards, this is it. Now, in Sun and Moon, we did have Lapras for 1 water energy that drew 3 cards, and to be fair, that did see play, although it's also worth mentioning that Lapras had a really nice attack, 3 energy, 130 damage, and when that saw a bunch of play, it was because we had both Max Elixir and Aqua Patch to accelerate energy to it, which did make things easier. It's nice to be able to draw free cards. It gives you a nice advantage. It's not a reason to play the card, but if you are playing it anyway, you go second, nothing else to do, draw free cards, it's fine. But I don't want to play a fairly weak 2-prize Pokemon just to draw free cards. It was a bonus on Lapras, but that's not the reason we played it. So what does it actually do in terms of damage? Well, it does have a damaging attack. Free colorless energy, 80 damage. If you played a supporter card from your hand during this turn, it does 160 instead. Okay, that ain't bad. 160 for free energy is actually quite nice. That is a decent amount of damage. The problem is you're a basic Pokemon, so you won't be using triple acceleration energy. That's only for evolutions. And you're a V Pokemon, so you won't be using twin energy. Cannot be used by Pokemon GX or Pokemon V. So this free energy, 160 damage, has got to come from somewhere else. And the annoying thing is you're not hitting for weakness. If you were hitting fighting weakness, Eternatus V Max goes down. If you're hitting water weakness, Reshiram and Charizard goes down. Fairy weakness, Arceus and Dialga and Palkia goes down. But the problem is nothing's weak to colorless. You will get Dedenne in one hit, yay! But Dedenne is going to be largely replaced by Crobat. The ability is Shaman but limited to once during your turn. And so, yeah. Then you're not going to be able to get that. And that's kind of my problem here. My problem is I'm just not doing enough damage. Now, if this was for one colorless energy and I could do 180 with powerful colorless energy, then I'm getting stuff like Crobat. Yes, that helps. But that's not where we are right now. It's free energy. Now, maybe you welder to get 2 fire energy on there. Then you attach a powerful colorless energy as your attachment for the turn. Then you're hitting 180 and you're going in one turn. And it is worth pointing out this can be done going second. On your first turn of the game, going second, you can do this. But then again, if you've got a damaged fire Pokemon on your bench, Houndoom V will do 200 damage on your first turn of the game going second. Oh. Yeah, that's actually a lot better. Plus, you're hitting a relevant weakness because you're a fire Pokemon. Hey, Zacian. And that's kind of my point here. Is I just look at this and I go, why am I using this? Earlier on today, yesterday, depends on the order in which I upload them, I showed you Pikachu. And with a full bench, Pikachu does 150 for 2 energy. But the deal with that was use Tapu Koko Prism Star, and then you basically got a single energy attack, so it's really easy to do 150. I liked it. This actually does 160, but it's significantly more difficult. One of the reasons I really liked Pikachu V is because I could put it side by side with other Pokemon like Tapu Koko V and go, yeah, it's actually quite a bit easier to pay the attack cost of Pikachu than it is for Tapu Koko. Whereas I put Eevee down next to other Pokemon that are going to use Welder, and I go, I'd probably rather use Houndoom, if I'm honest with you. And there's plenty of others. And that's my point here. I don't see what deck I'm using Eevee in. I love that you can draw free cards, but I really don't like using my attack to draw free cards and then leaving a weak 2-prize Pokemon in the active ready to take a hit. That doesn't seem like a clever idea. I like doing 160, but if I'm doing this, I'm accelerating energy, and any way that I'm accelerating energy is just going to give me other Pokemon that I could use instead. And then we go back to the very first point we made in this video and go, well, this is the evolution Pokemon, and we're not even evolving here. And I think we will, incidentally. I am absolutely sure that at some point in the not too distant future, we're going to get some kind of, you know, Flareon, Jolteon, whatever it might be, some kind of Pokemon that evolves from Eevee with some kind of mechanic that lets it evolve from Eevee V. They fixed the problem with Eevee GX. They did not fix the problem with Eevee V. And that's weird to me. And I am struggling to find a reason to play Eevee. Don't get me wrong, in a pre-release, this is going to be redonkulous. 3 cards every turn until you're powered up and then doing 160, that's awesome. But also do remember that 160 is only when you play a supporter, which to be fair almost all the time you will, but it still bears pointing out. I like it, but I don't love it. I'm giving it between 2 and 3 Wassies, and I know that seems low. We don't give half Wassies, that would be barbaric. But the fact of the matter is, I look at this and I just don't really see where to hang my hat. Now, maybe in the future we get some of these evolutions that evolve from this, and then I can draw 3 cards to make sure I get my evolution and go crush in turn 2, and then I have got a reason to play this. Maybe that happens and I get much more bullish about it. But that's for the future, ladies and gentlemen. That's not for today. But maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe you like it more than I do. Either way, I'd like to hear from you, so let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.